Light snow and falling temperatures on the weather menu on this Thursday evening. We'll talk about that and look ahead to the first few days of March coming up.
They call it a fitting tribute. Coaches and teammates of a teenage swimmer killed in a crash have planned a special honor that will last for years to come. They call it instinct, but others call it heroism, an award for two men who saved a woman's life on a central Kentucky interstate.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. It has become a familiar sight in Kentucky lately. Tonight, more light snow falling across the bluegrass. This is what it looked like in the Hamburg area of Lexington earlier. Now, another blast of Arctic air is moving in. We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He shows us what he is tracking on the First Alert Defender right now. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, that light snow, as you mentioned, ushering in a fresh blast of Arctic air here for the final couple of days of February. Snow really not amounting to a whole heck of a lot out there this evening. Light accumulation here or there, a little coating, maybe upwards of a ½ inch, but the wind chill starting to take center stage right now, Amber. Take a look at the numbers. Feels like it is 3 above zero. Lexington, a big old 0 showing up into far northern Kentucky. Southern Kentucky, your numbers are just beginning to drop. Actual thermometer down to 17, Lexington 12 showing up into the Covington area. Can we get to a record low tonight? Don't think so. Record low tomorrow morning is below 0. We should wind up into the high single digits tomorrow. That is still plenty cold enough for this time of year. Live First Alert Defender. Here's what's left of the snowflake action. Back edge of that now getting to the south of Lexington across downtown Richmond. Farther southwest that we go, we're starting to see that lighten up a little bit. Some decent snows flying around here across parts of Laurel County, down toward Corbin, into Manchester, Clay County, parts of Knox County getting in on that, and across the Mountain Parkway corridor. Whatever is there is going to continue to work its way on out of town as that cold northwesterly wind begins to settle in. So those flurries this evening giving way to frigid temperatures that follow that up. And Amber, when I come back in a little bit, we'll focus on the weekend. And as we flip the calendar to March, I see a messy first week of the third month of the year. That's in about 10 minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. Thank you. They want to make sure her legacy lives on for many years to come. Tonight, coaches and teammates of a young Woodford County swimmer killed in a crash have a special tribute planned for her. 18-year-old Maddie Jackson died earlier this month in a crash on Versailles Road in Lexington. She swam for the Bluegrass Marlins. Now, the team's new aquatic center will be named for Maddie. Garrett Weimer has our top story at 11.
In the pool where she used to swim, Maddie Jackson's teammates continue to train, getting ready for a race she was supposed to compete in herself. But life, sadly, had other plans.
So what we would like to show right now is just pictures of Maddie doing great things, like a picture of her racing. She was a fearless racer.
Now Kurt says the Bluegrass Marlins want to honor Maddie, dedicating their aquatic center to a girl he says was a mentor and role model to her peers. Coach Kurt says after the tragic crash that took Maddie's life, there was only one name that would be fitting for the aquatic center here.
From the moment they walk into the door, this center will be 100% dedicated to Maddie and the impact that she had on us.
Hoping to pass on to every swimmer who comes here the very mission statement Maddie strove to live by.
My name is Maddie Jackson.
Writing this just months before her death.
I will put my teammates first. I will perform to the best of my abilities. I will respect my coaches and learn as much as possible from them. I will not give up on any race, and I will glorify God in everything I do.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
What a fitting tribute. Coach Kurt says you can help by buying a commemorative brick to be put on the wall inside the aquatic center. He says when it's finished, anyone who walks inside will be able to see the impact Maddie had on the community. Tonight, Lexington police are looking for two men they say robbed a fast food restaurant at gunpoint. It happened just after 8:30 tonight at the Jimmy John's on Maple Leaf Drive. Police say the two men wearing ski masks and gloves walked in and pulled out a gun. Police say the robbers then went behind the counter, stole some money and ran off. No one was injured. Tonight, former University of Louisville basketball player Chris Jones is on home incarceration after being charged with rape and sodomy. This came days after Jones was kicked off the team. team. Police say Jones and 2 other men forced 2 women to have sex with them at an apartment complex in Louisville last weekend. Jones appeared in court today. The judge allowed him to be on home incarceration, but the judge told the other 2 men to stay in jail until they could bond out. This afternoon, Louisville coach Rick Pitino called the charges against Jones shocking.
I'm totally saddened and to the point of disbelief over the incidents. We've built a very strong culture here of discipline and doing the right things, and I'm very proud of all the players that have gone through here and done the right thing.
Pitino also said he made the decision to kick Jones off the team. Police said Jones was cooperative with police and gave a statement. The snow days are piling up for school districts in eastern Kentucky. Knox County students haven't been to school in nearly 2 weeks, and they'll be home again tomorrow. So far, Knox County has had 20 snow days, so school leaders there have taken away spring break, and students will be in class until at least June 10th. School leaders say they have to keep students safe.
Canceling school is always a hard decision, but also it's an easy one. You know, if we see the roads are dangerous, we're going to immediately cancel or delay school.
Perry and Letcher County schools have also taken away all or part of spring break to make up snow days. School leaders in Wolfe County are making sure that students don't go hungry during these snow days. Tonight, they offered a free meal to students and their families at 3 elementary schools. They were prepared to feed more than 700 people. Many families said they were grateful.
Like everybody else, funds around the house are getting low. So it benefits not only the school children, but everybody around.
The Wolfe County superintendent says 90% of students in the district are helped by free or reduced lunch programs. Tonight, many folks in Estill County are still dealing with a water shortage, but things are starting to get better. County leaders say 1,000 people are still without water tonight. That is down from 2,500 a few days ago. A water distribution center will be open again tomorrow at the Estill County Fairgrounds. County leaders hope to have water service restored for everyone within a few days. Some roads in Magoffin County are still snow covered tonight, a week and a half after a major snowstorm. Road crews say they can't use salt on about 100 of the county's roads, so they have to rely on a road grader for those. Clearing some side roads has been a challenge, and dozens of Magoffin County families are still stuck at home.
Yes, the ice is more problem than anything. Once the snow started melting, it went to the bottom and then it froze back. And the only thing we could do was take it down to the ice.
Road crews say more sunshine and milder temperatures would help the roads more than anything. Keep checking the bottom of your screen for the very latest school closings and delays. You'll also find a complete list at WKYT.com. They risked their lives to save the life of a stranger, and tonight 2 men were honored for their heroic actions. Last month, they pulled a driver to safety after her car crashed and caught fire on Interstate 64 in Franklin County. Jordan Valines has the story new at 11.
It's a question I'm sure many of us have asked ourselves. Would we risk our lives to save another? A question that was answered for Tony Banta.
We noticed that there was an accident.
And Samuel Harbring.
Lady drove across the road and flipped over and caught on fire.
On January 16th.
I pulled over and called 911.
That's when they realized that their answer.
There was a young lady in the vehicle.
Was instinct.
You realized someone was in there and you just had to get them out, and for whatever reason you just are able to focus in and do what you need to do.
And what these 2 men did on that January morning.
Thanks to these 2 guys before you today, she's alive and well.
Was publicly recognized on this February night.
It's my honor to present you the Franklin County Sheriff's Office Lifesaving Award. Without regard to his own safety, he successfully saved a person who was trapped in a burning vehicle.
This award has only been given out 1 or 2 times before.
It's very refreshing to see 2 people that, without their own safety in mind, willing to rescue and save a life. That doesn't happen every day, and these guys are heroes as a result of it.
Although Banta and Harbring question being considered a hero,
people call us heroes. I don't see it that way.
The answer is in the award. In Franklin County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
The Life Saving Award was presented on behalf of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Fire Department, and Fiscal Court. Tonight, we are learning more about a Greenup County house fire that killed 3 people, including a child. That fire started late last night on Route 7. Investigators say 48-year-old Wilma Osborne and 6-year-old Jensen Archery died in the fire. A third person, an adult, also died, but investigators have not released that person's name. Neighbors say they watched helplessly as that fire burned.
It's just a bad thing, you know, it's a bad situation regardless of who it is, where you know them, or whatever.
Greenup County school leaders say Osborne was a beloved school bus driver in the district for 16 years. Police say all 3 victims were related and lived at the home. Firefighters aren't sure what caused the fire, but they don't suspect foul play. Tonight, we have an update on a train crash in California that injured dozens of people. Prosecutors now say no charges will be immediately filed against a truck driver involved in the crash. Police say he left his truck on the tracks and the train later hit it. Police arrested the truck driver at the time for leaving the scene of an accident. Prosecutors call this a complex investigation. Tonight, a University of Kentucky leader has announced she plans to resign. UK Vice President for Institutional Diversity, Judy Jackson, says she'll step down at the end of the spring semester. She's held this job since 2008. Jackson says she wants to move closer to her family in Boston. Well, it caught the attention of people all around the world. Some llama drama played out this afternoon on the streets of an Arizona city. 2 llamas escaped during a visit to a senior citizen center. And as Chris Van Cleve tells us, news helicopters broadcast the llama hunt to a captivated audience.
We were showing llamas to our residents who have gotten loose, and we've been out here for an hour trying to capture them. We're wondering if we can get some help.
Safe to say that was the first 911 call the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office has ever received for loose llamas. This started at a Sun City, Arizona senior center and a traveling petting zoo that turned into a bit of a jailbreak for llamas Laney and Kanita.
And we were just letting them show them off and pet them, and one of the old gentlemen wanted to hold her, and she broke loose from him and chased us on.
We have some breaking news to report now.
As this most unique of foot pursuits went viral, we learned it's a lot harder to catch a llama than it is to capture the nation's attention. It also became clear llamas do not listen to the police, don't like to be chased, have no regard for traffic signals, and you aren't going to catch one with a golf cart. But after many tries, you can lasso a llama. First, Laney, and then Kanita, caught by a pickup truck riding cowboy. It is the modern West, after all.
Never got out before, now I see why.
Social media loved the llamas on the lam. The Arizona Cardinal football team tweeted they'd signed 1-year deals with the llamas on the loose. Even hours after being loaded into their trailer and driven home to a more familiar neighborhood, the llama drama was still a top trender on Twitter. The fact they weren't hurt makes it much easier to llama laugh at their adventurous romp around town. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
Fantastic. And we are all guilty here at the station of watching that at least once or twice or tweeting about it tonight.